Hello, Javier. I'm glad you got this in. I hope you're doing okay. We're all hanging in there. This will be some video feedback for you on your final draft of your ad. And here is your submission. It looks like it's got everything, including the screenshots of your process. And it's got your silhouette. And it's got your magazine rough. And we understand that this is, rough. It's just pretty much getting your ingredients in line. I'm going to take a look at your screenshots first. And nicely compiled into a single PDF. This alone is enticing. I like the minimalism of it. Of course, you probably do need an image. And then I see that you've included a beach shot. Think of, perhaps having not such a banded presentation. And although I like the typeface, it looks like a Rudolf Koch face, it's not Arial, which, as you know probably by now, is the corporate typeface. One last thing is, make sure you haven't squashed the logo. This italic looks just a little bit squashed vertically. But I like your choice of colors. They complement the corporate palette, sort of pale purple. And your mask is really good. Did you use the brush or the vector tool? Sometimes it's for ellipses. It is best to use the vector tool because with anchor points and control points, because that'll give you a more perfect silhouette. But then I see that this has got salt on it, so that of course wouldn't be perfectly elliptical, right? Okay, so good mask. It's a good job. Okay, so I'm going to open the Illustrator file next. Now, if I don't have the images, if you haven't included the images, then it's going to prompt me, or the fonts. Okay, so here it is. It's prompting me for Berlin Sans Demi. I don't have that. If you were to send this to a service bureau like Kinko's to have it printed out, you would probably need to include the typefaces if they're not, standard issue faces. I'm just going to close this. What you have done is you've embedded images on their own layers. That makes a freestanding Illustrator file. That's great. So I'm not missing much other than the typefaces. And I see that you've got everything on their layer. Consider if the resolution will support it. Consider making things really big. If you want to, well, depending on what you want to emphasize. But I think if this nice silhouette of yours overlapped both images, maybe bring this to the front, it makes it almost is like a suture between the color solid and the beach photograph. As I said earlier, maybe perhaps avoid having such a banded presentation, and keep it simple. Your silhouette is appealing, inviting. Maybe keep it large. Now, of course, you may not want to emphasize alcoholic beverages on the beach as the focal point, but I guess the general principle is minimal ingredients, keep them large, and high res. Xavier, and I realize I've been calling you Javier also. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it now. You have the ingredients. I think you need refinement. You'll need to add some type. Keep it small, keep it discreet, try to keep it elegant. And I like your tagline, but see what you can do to set it in Arial. Now, keep the simplicity of this. It's a few well-chosen photographs. Concentrate on your copy and how to present it in a way that doesn't overwhelm the imagery. Think about what you want people to see first, second, and then perhaps last. So that's called typographic hierarchy. And don't hesitate to call me if I haven't addressed something in the critique, or if you have any questions. I posted my number elsewhere in the class. I bid you strength.